Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Port Charles 411, part 3 of Ryan.
It shouldn't be
still in the 90s.
I was going to say, it shouldn't be all about. It should just be more about. Every episode, more about
the next progress. Well, I do think that 2018 to 19 is not going to be that much. And from whenever he just came back, it was only last year, right? Like it wasn't 2020.
They don't even split it up. Like whenever you look to see.
That's what I was going to say. That's probably all going to be one.
Yeah. Whenever it breaks down like what years he was there, it says 95 and then it says 18 to present. And I'm like, there's a long time in there he was not around. But,
right.
So I think that will be
like, this is the meat and potatoes of who Ryan is.
We're going to get through this. And then next week we're going to do 18 to present.
Okay.
I feel like. This is the good stuff that's going to answer your questions and you're going to get mad again and you're going to be shocked.
I can't wait to get mad again. There's a lot though but the thing is that we have to remember too is that a lot of the stuff wasn't even laws yet so like we're looking at this stuff like, why is someone who, I think you said it, like, yeah, he's the one that quote tortured Felicia, and whether she was right or wrong about it,
yes,
her perception was. So if they put her in a mental health facility to help that, but they let him go see her.
Yep.
No,
it's just crazy.
Oh, crazy. So we ended with Felicia had gotten Ryan to confess by being a totally freaky ghost, like creepy looking. Had you ever seen Mr. Boogedy? It was like an old Disney. I think it was a made for TV movie, but that's who she reminded me of.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's actually on Disney Plus. I was so excited to see it.
I might have to check that out.
So you have to watch it.
I will.
Watch it through the eyes of you being 5 or 6.
Okay. Sounds like I'm going to have nightmares. Thank you.
No.
No?
Okay. Do you do scary?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I hated it when I was younger, but I still watched it all the time. Like, it scared me, but just that enough that...
All right.
He's outlined in glowing green.
I think that I'll be okay. I don't do scary. I've told you this story. I don't do scary because of Child's Play.
Yes.
And I still cannot watch Child's Play. And my sister sent me something the other day that they're turning Child's Play into a show. And I was like, okay,
why?
You stop? I don't know. But it's going to be like a couple segments show. And I'm like, no, can't watch it. So, yes, everyone can make fun of me that I don't do all the super scary movies because I can't even handle Child's Play.
No, I'm with you, but it's a Disney made for TV movie.
Yeah.
Like from old school, like magical. I think it was like on the Magical World of Disney. I think it was the Sunday night with Michael Eisner saying, hi, welcome. We're going to show you the latest technology that now we laugh at.
Okay.
So
I will check it out.
And then there's a sequel called The Bride of Boogedy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wealth of knowledge.
Did you watch My Girl 2?
Yes.
Do you remember Uncle Phil?
Sure.
Her uncle that has the garage out in California that she goes to visit?
Yeah.
He's the dad.
Oh, okay.
So if you like him, you will like...
I'll be okay.
He's also the dad in License to Drive.
Oh, man.
That's just heartbreaking. It's Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. Oh, do you like 80s cheesy movies?
Yes.
Okay, you have to watch that one.
All right. I'll make a date.
It's so... Okay, yes.
I'm sorry.
And watch it through your teenage eyes.
Okay.
I'll
put those on.
We're back to Ryan. Now that I've given you 3 movies to watch.
There you go.
Please email us if you have ever seen Mr. Boogedy or Bride of Boogedy.
Oh my God.
Please. If it's on Disney Plus, I cannot be the only one who has ever watched it.
That's true. That is very true. I can't wait to hear all the people.
Because there's a lot of things not on Disney
you.
Plus that make me question, am I the only one that ever watched that?
Mm-hmm.
So where that was, it was already on it. Too.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
Back to Ryan. So Felicia had freaked him out, found out that she was actually alive because she bled, but Ryan had confessed, was arrested, trying to go to trial. And, well, no, where we ended was
that we were getting
that he was being indicted. Mm-hmm. So we're picking up with what happened after the indictment.
I told you were going to be disappointed. Jessica tells Sean and Mac that she has to ask to postpone Ryan's trial as he is pleading insanity to avoid jail time. Ryan makes a threat towards Jessica for setting him up, and after Ryan's threat, Jessica wants protection from Sean. He can only post a guard at her door for 48 hours. And so I went to the book, and it says that Audrey recovered physically, and after much therapy, she testified against Ryan. Ryan was convicted and sentenced to the same mental hospital. So we'll get to all that. But that Ryan swore he'd get all of them, including Jessica Holmes, for betraying him. So I'm thinking that they just kind of put that out of order, and that was the threat. He's going to get her. So then Steve tells Audrey about how he almost killed Ryan during his stay at GH after the accident. And as the Chamberlain trial draws closer, the GH staff worries about Audrey and Steve. Poor Audrey was so messed up after that. Audrey's nervous about testifying against Ryan, and Tiffany is back at work covering Ryan's trial. A very stressed Audrey testifies at Ryan's trial, and Steve testifies also. Jessica tells Felicia, Mac, and Sean that she can't admit Ryan's confession in court. Are you angry?
Yeah, why?
She can only get him on attempted murder and assault, but not murder.
Well, fair enough. No, it wasn't her.
Yeah, Felicia
murder.
Felicia got him to admit when she was being the ghost that he murdered all those women, but because he was set up, they can't use it in court. So
I will never understand why attempted murder does not have the same as an actual murder or completed murder.
Because they're not dead.
Your goal was the same,
but
you just didn't succeed in one of them. Doesn't mean that you should be allowed to get away with less jail time or less consequences.
I mean, I agree, but that's where the line is. So Felicia is instructed by the judge not to mention any of Ryan's alleged past murders when she testifies, and Felicia testifies at the trial about the night Ryan tried to kill her at GH. Felicia is worried that some technicality will set Ryan free. Ryan takes the stand in his defense. He puts on quite a show, telling the court that the games that were played on him by Felicia were the reason he snapped and attacked the Hardys. Ryan has an attack of memory loss when cross-examined by Jessica, and Felicia fears the jury just bought Ryan's act.
In some way, he's kind of right, though. In some way. She did what she had to do to get the confession. But was he hallucinating like that before? Was he already on that? This is where having those videos would come in handy.
Yeah.
Because if he was already on that path, but what we saw of him in the videos prior to that, yeah, he was not obviously the most up and up. But the Ryan that we were introduced to in the beginning and the Ryan that attacked Audrey were two completely different. Where was the point that he snapped?
Right.
If it was, in fact, in response to the way that Felicia did that, technically,
yeah.
But I don't feel like that's entirely it.
I mean, he was already crazy, obviously.
Right.
She just kind of helped him along.
Yeah.
So then Mac tells Felicia that the Chamberlain verdict is in and they need to get to the courthouse. And
that was a Friday cliffhanger because look at the dates. It was August 27th and then August 30th is the next date.
Dun, dun, dun. And so as our trusty book just told us, Ryan is found guilty on all counts and makes a scene in court.
Of course.
Sean learns that Ryan has been taken to GH after trying to slit his wrists in prison.
Oh.
Ryan, don't do that stuff. Let me see if it says anything else in our book about...
Oh, is that the Triple L Diner? Aw.
It is. It was really, really hard for me to not want to start watching other videos that were happening around this time because this is whenever
Luke and Laura came back.
And Karen was having all the stuff with Ray and all the stuff with Alan that we talked about.
We already watched all those, though.
Yes, but it's still, I love them. You know I do.
I know.
So it was hard for me not to be like, well, I could look up. Maybe there's some Ryan in there. No, there's not. Just let it go. Okay. All right. That'll pick up there.
Okay. So nothing else in the book about his time?
No, his
medical care.
His wrists, but nothing else about his medical care. So then Tony tells Felicia, Mac, and Sean that Ryan wanted to die and knew exactly how to do it. Tony tells Sean that Ryan has regained consciousness and he must remain at the hospital for 72 hours. So he's just affirming the fact that he's crazy to try to manipulate the courts at a later date, I would assume. And then we don't hear from him for almost a month.
Yeah.
And then Abby tells Felicia that Ryan has been asking for her and they can use that to their advantage. Michelle Bale's body may still be in Port Charles and Abby needs clues to get a murder conviction against him.
Oh.
And that was one of those girls that we were like, who is that? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then Mac and Felicia make a new plan to find out who killed Jessica. Mac remembers that Ryan made threats towards Jessica. Mac and Felicia tell Sean their Ryan theory. So I didn't get into all of this because it was about Sean, not about Ryan. But Sean had gotten Jessica pregnant and then not pregnant and then maybe pregnant again. And so he was angry because then Tiffany got pregnant and he was like, listen, I'm going to be with my wife and we are not doing this. It's done and over with and whatever. And so he goes to her, I don't know if it was her hotel room or her apartment, but anyway, goes to talk to her like one more time and shows up and she's dead. And Robin walks in to him standing over the body with a bloody hand or whatever. And so everyone assumes that Sean is who killed Jessica because he was
standing over the body with a bloody hand.
And they all knew about this affair and the back and forth and getting her pregnant and blah, 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 blah. So that is where Mac and Felicia tell Sean the Ryan theory because no one has any idea who it was that actually killed Jessica. But she is finally dead. You said last week that you hoped that she died. She was so mean.
So I actually took it out of... because I didn't want to spoil it for anyone else. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, in our conversation before editing, she was like, I don't like that Jessica girl. I hope that she dies. And I was like, wait till you see what happens next. So there you go. She's killed and poor Sean is getting blamed for Ryan.
Not really so much poor Sean. Not real poor Sean here.
No?
Yes, he was found over his dead lover's body.
I mean,
the woman that he was having an affair with.
He didn't.
So not so much poor entirely. Maybe he wouldn't kill her, but he was not the best dude at the time.
It's just, you know.
September 27th, Sean tells Mac and Felicia that what they are considering would be physically impossible for Ryan in the condition he was in the night of the murder. What does that mean?
Because he had just slit his wrists. He was in the
So
hospital.
What was he physically not able to do then?
Escape from, they had a guard. Okay. They had a guard on Ryan's room.
Uh-huh.
And he had slit his wrists and whatever. And so he's saying it is impossible for Ryan to have slipped past his guards.
Gotcha.
And got out to her, whatever. And also,
I feel like to psychopaths, anything is possible.
True. Sean was also under suspicion because he had actually threatened Jessica because she said to him that if he didn't tell Tiffany about her being pregnant, that she would tell Tiffany. And we already talked about Tiffany being in the very upset state after her last miscarriage, and now she's pregnant again. And so he was like, if you tell her, I will kill you. So you shouldn't threaten.
See, exactly. Again,
don't threaten
no
to
poor
kill
Sean.
people.
If you threaten to kill someone and then they wind up dead.
Oh, it was Sean's hotel room. Here, I'll clarify.
Reasonable to think you're the one who did it.
I didn't, like I said, didn't want to get into a whole bunch of Sean, but here, this little whatever. Sean begged Tiffany's forgiveness. By the time she was ready to forgive him, Jessica learned that she really was pregnant because, you know, she may have accidentally faked it before. And then Jessica demands that Sean do right by her or should tell Tiffany. I'll kill you if you do, said Sean, thinking of Tiffany's fragile state. As Robin Scorpio enters her uncle Sean's hotel room, she saw him holding a bloody statue over Jessica's body. Secretly fearing that Tiffany had killed her, Sean said he killed Jessica. But when Mac and Felicia proved that Ryan had escaped custody briefly to kill yet again...
Jessica. Gotcha.
Jessica.
So therefore, Sean is telling them that what they are thinking just couldn't have happened. Mac and Felicia think that Ryan's suicide attempt was a ruse to get him out of prison. Sean, Mac, and Felicia try to theorize how Ryan could have escaped from General Hospital to kill Jessica. Mac is determined to find something that proves Ryan escaped, Audrey speaks at Ryan's sentencing, and Ryan is sentenced to a mental hospital until he is fit to serve his 25 years in jail. Okay, so does the 25 years begin after he goes into jail, or does it begin when he goes into the mental hospital?
When he goes into jail.
Okay. So if he spends like 10 years at the mental hospital and then goes to jail, he still has 25 years.
Yes, he has to be in his right mental state before so he probably still hasn't served his 25 years.
We are soon going to have law degrees. Yes.
All right.
Mac, Felicia, and Sean. I know that on Monday's episode we talked about like some professions you don't really need a degree for. Law, you do.
Yes. Please don't. Please
law,
don't think
you do.
You can get that just from experience.
Mac, Felicia, and Sean tap Garcia for help with Ryan to prove that Ryan killed Jessica. Mac interviews the guard that was posted at Ryan's door at General Hospital the night of the murder. Garcia informs Mac and Felicia that a blood-stained fiber was found on Jessica's body, which may have been from a bandage of some kind. In October, Mac, Felicia, Sean, and Tiffany look at the blueprints of the hospital for Ryan's escape route. Sean gets the lab report about the blood found on Jessica, and it matches Ryan's. Felicia decides it is time to talk face-to-face with Ryan as he requested. Oh, no.
I wonder if she tells everyone how she talked face-to-face with him like 10 times back then like she did now.
Mac, Felicia, Sean, and Tiffany look into Ryan. I love that it's the same group of people.
Yes.
How he could have gotten into the hotel unnoticed. Sean doesn't think it's a good idea for Felicia to visit Ryan alone, that is. Sean and Mac plan on watching every second of Felicia meeting with Ryan. Ryan is brought in. They have their meeting at the mental hospital, and Ryan is very interested about Sean's marriage issues.
Mm-hmm.
Felicia wants to visit Ryan again.
She's obsessed.
Just a bit. Sean and Tiffany need to keep their distance from each other as they know that Ryan is keeping tabs on them. They fake a fight at Kelly's. Sean tells Mac and Felicia that Michelle Bale's body has been found floating in the lake.
I wonder if
not Lake Superior.
Or Lake, what was it? Dead people?
Murder Kill. If you don't know what we're talking about, listen to the July 4th, 2022 recap. Garcia tells Mac, Felicia, and Sean that the forensics on Michelle are inconclusive. Felicia does not want Sean and Mac watching her next meeting with Ryan. Why?
You'll get it.
So she meets again, and Felicia drops a bomb on him that Michelle's body has been found. Felicia tells Sean and Mac that she thinks that she has a surefire way to prove that Ryan killed Jessica. They should just put Ryan back in the same hospital room with the same guard and wait. He will escape again. Mac and Felicia ask Steve about inducing a condition that would require hospitalization of a serial killer. The hospitalization of a serial killer, not just a. Steve makes a suggestion to Mac and Felicia bakes some tainted muffins for Ryan.
Did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so she goes into the meeting room, and he's like, I'm not trusting you. I'm not eating anything that you brought me because I'm not stupid. And she's like, okay, whatever. I'll just eat some muffins. So she does take a bite of the muffin. And then he's like, oh, okay. And he eats some too.
Did she eat a poisoned muffin?
She did.
So it's not like she just knew that the one in the bottom left was not.
Nope.
Oh. Mac and Felicia tell Bobby and Tony about their plan for Ryan. You have to stop telling everybody your plans. Bobby thinks that Lucy will want to get out of Dodge when she hears that Ryan may be coming to the brownstone looking for Felicia. Why? What's Lucy have to do with this?
Okay. In the way.
Okay. Felicia gets Ryan to eat one of her poisoned muffins, and Lucy calls Scott freaked out that Ryan will be coming to the brownstone, and Ryan starts to get sick. Mac and Felicia learn that Ryan has been admitted to General Hospital with serious stomach pains. Ooh, who was it? Who was it that had someone stab them? It was Jason, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
See, a muffin is much less painful.
I don't know. I've never been stabbed in my stomach, but I've had some serious stomach pains at times. I'm not willing to test out this theory.
No?
Ryan is to be placed in the same room until he supposedly escaped from the last time he was a GH. Mac is bunking with Felicia, waiting for Ryan to show up after he escapes, and Mac asks Felicia to marry him. Felicia tells him she has to think about it. You know, maybe being on watch with looking for a serial killer to escape.
It does say somewhere in here that she's just not sure that Mac's ready for all the responsibility of her child, and I laughed.
Mac is back at Felicia's apartment to keep guard as Ryan may try to escape tonight. And Ryan starts his escape from the hospital. He makes the escape, and Felicia wakes up to Ryan in bed with her. What? How did they not? They're supposed to be watching him.
Nope.
Guys.
Nope.
Oh. Steve learns that Ryan has escaped, and Ryan tells Felicia that he has discovered a way they can be joined permanently. Oh. I can just picture him saying that.
While he's laying in bed with her, like,
yes.
Hey.
Steve alerts when was this? 95. Okay, yeah. Esme's too young. 93.
This is actually 93.
93, yeah. So Esme's too young. Esme's too young.
No.
He couldn't have, no, because how would,
right, would be 30.
How would he have gotten her egg?
Right.
That's not something you can just pluck.
Especially like not back then. Yeah.
No. Okay. Okay. Unless he drugged her. And then, because, I mean, he's done that before and then did it.
No.
But still, Esme would be 30.
That's not, the ages don't match up.
Okay. Again, we could be consultants if you want other storylines. Oh, God. That's just, ew. Steve alerts Mac that Ryan could be heading over to the brownstone. Mac turns around to Ryan, who has Felicia. Mac and Ryan struggle, and Mac is knocked out. Felicia gets a confession out of Ryan for Jessica's murder, and Ryan is taken into custody. How'd she get the confession?
I don't know. I could not find a clip on that.
Ugh.
It just says Mac and Felicia prove that Ryan has escaped custody briefly to kill yet again. Sean's cleared. He and Tiffany slowly reconcile. It doesn't give me information on how they got Ryan to admit what it is that he did.
So at the end of October, Ryan confesses to all 4 murders of the women in his past. Sean wants the hows and whys of Jessica's murder. Ryan recounts how he broke out of the hospital and killed Jessica. Sean is cleared of the murder and reinstated as the commissioner.
So he, went through and showed them, I went into this room and turned this and moved this and it unscrewed this air duct and blah, blah, blah. And, shows exactly how you can... Yes, you can escape from GH. So that was interesting.
Did they fix it? How did they not know then? Because if he took off the cover of an air duct.
No, he just loosened it so that he could pull it off.
But did it stay off? How did he put it back on behind them?
He didn't. Wouldn't they have done that? They should.
So wouldn't they have found?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Hey, the cover to the air duct is just sitting here, and Ryan's missing. A whole body could fit up in there.
Yeah,
but how did he get out?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe he had it stay on with magnets. Crap, I'm giving people ideas because then he could just pull it off the floor and pull it behind him, and then it would just.
Stop giving ideas. Stop. Okay, so then it doesn't talk about Ryan for a while, and then it comes to December 3rd. Ryan's twin brother, Kevin, shows up out back, scaring Felicia half to death. And the book says...
I do remember having watched that.
The book says, after Mac and Felicia at long last become engaged, they meet a newcomer to Port Charles. Dr. Kevin Collins found the town incredibly inhospitable. Everywhere he went, people either screamed when they saw him or punched him out. Kevin was the demonic Ryan's identical twin brother. They'd been separated since they were 4. Kevin had an international reputation as a psychiatrist. He'd heard about Ryan's case and wanted to see if he could bring his brother to some degree of sanity. Mac didn't trust Kevin at all. Something about his looks, he told Felicia, who saw no reason to blame Kevin for Ryan's crimes. Kevin visited Ryan in the mental hospital, and Ryan gave Kevin a hard time, but he needed his brother and looked forward to Kevin's return. Soon Ryan began practicing how to be Kevin.
Oh.
So Felicia freaks out, as this was just saying, whenever she sees who she thinks is Ryan. Mac decks him. Mac and Felicia take Kevin, who they think is Ryan, to the PCPD. Mac and Felicia aren't buying the fact that this is Kevin Collins, Ryan's twin, and then Sean finds his Swiss driver's license, and Kevin tells them that he's a psychiatrist that has come to study his brother, and Sean says, yeah, he's actually telling the truth. So then...
I still like my idea better.
Sorry.
That if they had Kevin be and not realized that Felicia was there because of Ryan.
You also want them to be like triplets?
No, I actually don't want them to be triplets. I don't know where that actually came from. I didn't have a full storyline on that, but
maybe by the end of this, you'll have it developed. So then Mac and Felicia take Kevin to the Port Charles Hotel, but the hotel is booked. So Kevin rubs Mac the wrong way, like it just said, and Felicia offers Kevin a place to stay at the Brownstone, which I think is freaky.
Yeah.
You had Ryan there, and then just, hey, come on.
But Felicia gives every person the benefit of the doubt.
I don't care.
Regardless of if they look like...
No, that's freaky. So they bring Kevin to the Brownstone.
I'm not saying it's not, but...
And it gives Bobby and Tony quite a shock. Kevin tells Felicia that he is going to see Ryan at the mental hospital. Kevin and Felicia discuss her relationship with Ryan, and Kevin is afraid that he may have a side that is as dark as Ryan's, as they share the same genetic makeup, which is the thought process Esme was having also. Mm-hmm. So
why didn't Kevin talk to her about that?
That would have been
that, like,
good.
He's had those, like, yes. He actually really could have taken her at face value and had that deep conversation of, yeah, guess what? I've had the same thoughts because Ryan's my brother. We were separated. Let's talk about this. Here's some things you can do for your own, like, self checklist of if you're worried about this.
Am I not a sociopath? I'd like to read that checklist.
I mean, they have quizzes.
All right. So then Kevin gets a slap in the face from Ruby because she also thinks that he is Ryan. And then Ryan attacks Kevin when he arrives at the mental hospital to see him. Kevin tells Mac and Felicia about Ryan flipping out, and Mac warns Kevin that Ryan can't be rehabilitated. So we're going to give Mac the gold star because he said this back in 93, and people are still not listening.
Yep.
Shortly after Kevin's arrival, he scares Tiffany, thinking that he's his evil twin. With the misunderstanding cleared, Tiffany leaves, and Felicia and Kevin chat about her seeing Ryan when she looks at him and her independent spirit being tampered with by her upcoming nuptials. And that's the other side of this, which again, I didn't get into because it is not the Ryan story. But Kevin is like sweet on Felicia also. And Mac's like, you need to back up. You're being a little too nice, and you look just like your freaky brother that tortured her. So can you all knock it off? And then Kevin and Ryan have a session at the mental hospital. They discuss their childhood with their parents because we talked about before. Their mother was abusive to Ryan. And so for some reason, their father took Kevin and left, but left Ryan with his mother. And that's why he felt the need to kill her, which I can't really...
That's just horrible.
Yeah, I can't blame him for killing his mother. The other women, yes, but his mother, it sounds like she had it coming. So then Ryan learns that Kevin's a psychiatrist, and Kevin tells Felicia that he's going to stay in Port Charles for a while. And then Ryan tells Kevin about his dreams. Kevin accuses him of manufacturing memories. Ryan and Kevin learn they have matching scars, which I couldn't find that, so I don't know what that's about.
Why do Kevin and Ryan have matching scars? Please, please, please let us know if you know.
And then Ryan learns that Felicia is engaged to Mac. When the guard returns to get Ryan after his session with Kevin, he lies and claims that he is Kevin and Ryan just walked out of there.
Oh, so he did that a lot.
And then Mac is not happy to hear Kevin discussing Ryan with Felicia. Kevin meets with Ryan again, and Kevin confronts Ryan about claiming to be him with the guard after the last visit. And Ryan says, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Didn't happen.
So then we're into 1994, January. Kevin meets his brother, and they talk about their mother and what it would be like if they had kids.
Ugh, no.
Kevin doesn't. No, but Kevin doesn't have any kids.
He doesn't. I wonder if that's why.
His brother told him to go for it with Felicia because Mac could hardly stand in his way.
That's so gross. Let's see if we started this brothers liking the same chick way back then.
Ryan reads about Felicia's engagement in the paper and works his whole I am Kevin Collins routine with his psychiatrist. Kevin gets word that Ryan has had delusional episodes, and he meets with Ryan. Mac tells Kevin that if he believes Ryan had real delusional episodes, then he is a fool. Felicia tells the unsuspecting Kevin that his mother was killed by Ryan. Kevin plans to confront him about this and goes ahead and asks him, did you kill our mom? Kevin tells Felicia that his brother is brilliant and a monster. That is the perfect description of him. Yep. Kevin makes it clear to Ryan that he owes him nothing. He is not responsible for what happened to him. And Kevin tells Ryan that Felicia's getting married next week. Man, that's quick.
I don't understand why he's telling him about Felicia, though. Like, you know that's a trigger. Don't keep talking to him about it.
And you are a psychiatrist. You know this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Kevin meets Ryan in his room with no handcuffs this time, and Ryan thanks Kevin for returning to see him, even after what he told him. Okay, so I'm assuming that he told him that he did kill their mom. Ryan wants Kevin to help get over his obsession with Felicia, and Ryan wants to confront her. Ryan gets the upper hand with Kevin, knocks him out, and switches places with him. Kevin wakes up in Ryan's bed at the mental hospital. The guards do not believe his story that Ryan has escaped again, and Ryan shows up at the Outback and sees Felicia and Mac through the window.
Because that was why he kept saying, that's my brother, that's my brother. It's like the boy who cried wolf when it finally happened. They were like, nuh-uh. He is a brilliant monster.
Yeah.
Brilliant monster. So then Kevin is still having no luck convincing the guards that he is not Ryan. And Ryan shows up at Felicia's apartment telling her that Ryan was very agitated after he learned that she was getting married. Felicia notices a change in quote-unquote Kevin. Kevin is sedated, the real Kevin, is sedated after going another round with the guards about how he is not Ryan. And then Kevin, who's actually Ryan, moves his stuff into his office at GH.
Why would he need to do that if he already has an office?
And then Ryan, pretending to be Kevin,
fake Kevin,
arrives at the Scorpio house and has a present from Mac, some books on relationships. Talk about a slap in the face with that. Felicia and Mac have their bachelor and bachelorette parties, and Kevin, which is really Ryan, shows up uninvited to Mac's bachelor poker game at Sean's.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And then he's taking the guys for quite a ride in poker, and Luke arrives at the poker game, and he suspects that Kevin has been cheating. Luke wants to rattle his cage. Kevin accuses Luke of cheating and storms out. Kevin arrives at the grill and offers Felicia a ride home after her party. He weirds Felicia out, and she wants to know what is wrong with him. He tries to prove...
Nope. That's real Kevin.
No.
The next sentence, Kevin tries to prove it to Ryan. That's real Kevin.
Yeah. So
that was fake Kevin that was driving her home.
Fake Kevin.
But the next sentence is...
Sorry. So fake Kevin weirds Felicia out, and she wants to know what's wrong with him. And then actual Kevin tries to prove to the doctors that Ryan's on the streets and Felicia is in danger. So then the book says basically the same thing. Ryan Chamberlain also escapes from his prison cell, knocking out his visiting twin brother, Kevin Collins. He traded places with him. Ryan will never let Felicia marry Mac. And this is where this is going to go to. So it's the day of Felicia and Mac's wedding, February 7th. I thought they would have got married on Valentine's Day, but it's cute they did it a week early. Unless that was just on the show.
I was going to say it might have been it because if it took a week to get there,
right?
It could have been.
It could have been. So then Mac shows up at Felicia's apartment, but she won't see him because it's bad luck. Duh! You're not supposed to see your man on your wedding day. Although I totally broke that rule. Maybe that's why it didn't work out. So Ryan,
I have a feeling that there are some marriages that did not work out that didn't do that.
Okay. Let's take a poll. Did you or did you not see your spouse?
And are you divorced now?
Right.
How long did it last?
So then Ryan, the actual Ryan posing as Kevin, readies a bomb in his hotel room. And Kevin...
In Mac's hotel room.
Yes.
Okay.
And then...
Right?
I'm assuming?
Oh, no. Ryan's in a hotel room. He is making the bomb in his own hotel room.
Okay.
He is... Right?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say which one, but no one's seeing him either way, so I don't know which house he's in.
He's probably in his own hotel room making a bomb.
Why wouldn't he have stayed at Kevin's house?
Right. Well, it's probably because he doesn't actually want to blow up people that he doesn't want to blow up.
Maybe.
I mean, but at the hotel...
It's very thoughtful of them to not try to blow up.
But the hotel has more people in it. Anyway.
Very thoughtful. So Kevin, the real Kevin, gets Ryan's doctor to run a fingerprint check on him. Sean arrives at the mental hospital, and Kevin recounts the first day he met Sean. So that, along with the fingerprints coming back, Sean knows that he's telling the truth. And then Ryan arrives at the church. Sean gets into a car accident while trying to go alert Garcia about Ryan. Felicia and her bridesmaids arrive at the church. With Sean AWOL, Tony takes his place as Mac's best man.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. And then the book just says he shows up at the church on their wedding day wearing a bomb. No one suspected he was Ryan and not Kevin until Kevin bursts in. So we're going to get there. So an unconscious Sean has a head injury and is taken to the hospital. Kevin returns to his hotel suite. Oh, so Kevin was staying in a hotel instead of whatever.
So Ryan was in Kevin's hotel room.
Got it.
And that's why he was not at the brownstone.
Got it.
Boom.
Got it.
Because Lucy would have freaked out because that matters at some point in the
Yes. I just assumed that Kevin had found an apartment by now, but I guess not. I guess he stayed at the brownstone a few nights and then got a hotel room.
Yes.
So,
okay. Whew.
My goodness.
We got there. We'll get the chart.
So Kevin returns to his hotel suite and finds wiring material on the floor left behind by Ryan. He rushes to get a cab to the church. Everyone freaks out when Kevin arrives because they thought he was already there. And then Lois tells Kevin and Ryan. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Okay. Lois tells Kevin and Ryan get into a fight. It doesn't make any sense.
Does she tell them to get into a fight?
I don't think so. That might have been just
maybe she's telling them to go outside and fight.
Maybe.
Not
maybe that's
don't fight in the church. You can do
don't
get into a physical fight right in the aisle of the church. Lois tells Kevin and Ryan.
Yeah, I think that was just
into a physical fight.
Just a tail.
All right, they get in a fight. We don't know where Lois came from.
I mean,
or what she's telling them
at the wedding, but I don't think she was telling them to fight. I think that I just had a run-on sentence there. So they get into a fight.
Sometimes the sentences don't make sense.
That is true. I did fix.
I mean, there's a lot. Some that you have to read a few times to be like, what?
I did have to add and fix some words because they were not making sense. So Ryan takes Felicia hostage and reveals he has a bomb. Mac takes Ryan out.
Is this Curly Q girl again?
Yeah.
Okay, we forgot to notate that at the beginning.
Oh, sorry.
Nope. It's yeah.
Curly Q
just like to give notice where
as we're talking about bombs, Curly Q is also the bomb because she gives us a nice breakdown of what it is that we're supposed to be paying attention to. So Mac takes Ryan out and Paul saves the day by getting the bomb out of the church.
Hornsby?
Yeah.
Tracy's husband.
Yeah. When I'm seeing him though, no. Was that the Paul that was with Jenny? No.
Okay, we don't know which Paul it was.
The Paul that was with Jenny, because we're going to get to that.
Okay.
I can't remember what his name is. I can see his face. You're not with me. You didn't watch it.
No, I'm not.
So, Mac, throws the bomb, and he catches it and throws it outside, or whatever. So Paul saves the day by getting the bomb out of the church. Yay. After the commotion, Ryan tries to make a break for it. Ryan and Mac have a fight, and they go off the balcony rail of the church.
Oh, no.
Ryan's arrested, and Mac's okay, but he has a broken arm.
And Ryan didn't break anything?
Ryan did not.
Oh.
Luckily, Sean's okay after his car accident, gets some stitches, makes a phone call wanting Ryan transferred to a felony prison out of New York if possible, and Mac is brought into GH with a broken arm. Oh, so it doesn't talk about it, but maybe it'll say it in here. Hold on. Kevin had finally convinced the guards who he was. Ryan threatened to blow everyone up, but Mac got the bomb away from him, tossing it to Paul Hornsby. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not who he looked like. Who detonated it.
He was recast.
Yeah, he was recast. Yeah. Okay, yes. That makes sense. Who detonated it.
I mean, that explains it. But...
You mean different people look different? What?
And sometimes different people look the same. They're called doppelgangers. Or twins in this case. Or previous vampires, now doctors.
Can I claim I lost part of my brain listening to you guys talk about the sale of that property? As I feel like that might have been what happened.
Yeah.
So Mac got the bomb away from him, tossing it to Paul Hornsby, who detonated it safely outside the church. Mac and Ryan struggle and crash through a second-floor railing to the floor below. Ryan was captured, but Mac was injured and couldn't marry Felicia. Paul and Jenny, who had longed to be together, seized the moment and took their place at the altar. Following this impromptu... Yes. That's why I wanted to mention it. It's because it's like, hold on, I can't get married. Shannon, you want to go ahead and take over this?
What? Okay.
Do we not have to have marriage licenses?
I know.
Because that's all I ever think of is, where did you get your marriage license? Following the impromptu and heartfelt ceremony, Paul and Jenny Hornsby left on an instant honeymoon in the South Pacific. Upon their return, Jenny's nephew Sly moved in with them, but that's whatever. Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're not going to talk about Ryan for a while in the book. There's so much good stuff to get lost in. So much good stuff. This is where we get Miguel. There's so much good things that happened in the 90s. All right, so Kevin sees Ryan again and angrily confronts him for taking advantage of him. Kevin says goodbye to Ryan for good, and then he visits Mac at the hospital and apologizes for believing that Ryan could change. Okay, I'm not going to try to foreshadow too much here, but I think we all know that that's not true, because how many times has he continued to pretend like Ryan can change? So then Ryan walks in
on them fighting about money. Who's them? Mac and Felicia?
No. Kevin does a little role reversal exercise. Maybe it was with Mac and Felicia. They were still talking about getting married then?
Well, I mean, just because you break your arm doesn't mean the marriage is off. Or the wedding's off entirely.
Huh.
He broke it, saving her life. If anything.
I feel like I'd still get married. It's just
I know. Go to the hospital. That's what you do.
Like, I can say I do. I hold my arm. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then we can go.
You're in a room full of doctors. I'm sure that somebody
could have said it long enough for you to say I do. Yeah, I don't understand. Just real quick. But, I mean, it worked out for Paul and Jenny, so good for them. So, I'm assuming it's supposed to say Kevin walks in on Mac and Felicia fighting and then does a little role reversal. Yeah, because that makes way more sense.
Okay.
And then the reason that we don't talk about Ryan for a long time is that this is when Maxie gets sick.
Oh.
So Simone tells Felicia that Maxie's test results show nothing conclusive, and then Kevin brings Maxie a stuffed bunny rabbit. So I think that...
I wonder if she still has that.
I don't know.
That would be really sweet.
It would be very, very sweet. But Kevin is still, like, being a little too nice to Felicia.
Yeah.
And Mac's not liking it. And then Mac... So this is because, again, just to, like, get us to where we are, Maxie is sick. So then Mac and Felicia are fighting all the time because Mac is worried about Felicia and how she's not taking care of herself and she needs to rest and take a break from the hospital and blah, blah, blah. And Felicia, like a normal mom, is like, what are you talking about? I have to be here with my daughter. You don't understand. And so then they need Frisco to come back because Maxie's really, really bad off. So Mac being the loving, wonderful man that he is, goes and finds Frisco.
Goes and flies himself to find Frisco.
And when Frisco comes back, then there's some sparks between Felicia and Frisco, and yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be sparks between them, but...
So Mac and Felicia are just like, no, we're done. We're not going to be together anymore. And that's just how it goes. So then we get to 95.
Like almost a year later.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin tells Lucy that he has decided to see Ryan today. And Lucy's like, hey, you should just forget about that. So I'm assuming in this time period is when Kevin and Lucy got together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
Ryan.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
The book says Kevin pays a final visit to his twin Ryan. Ryan asks about life in Port Charles and was genuinely sorry to hear of BJ's death. And that's the one thing that it doesn't highlight just because we're talking about what a psychopath he is. Children were his one, up until this point at least, his one, like, good thing. He was serious about his pediatrics.
Like, he was actually a pediatrician.
Actually was concerned
Well, he probably
with children.
wanted to save children, being that he was not.
Right. So.
I don't know.
And again, I think that Kevin needs to watch what he says. Maybe he needs to go back for some more training at this point in time, because Kevin told him that he'd rid himself of all his demons, including Ryan, and that he'd never see him again. You see, Ryan, the big difference between us is that I can love and you can't. Oh yeah, challenged Ryan. How's Felicia? Pregnant with Frisco's child. Kevin left Ryan seething. So, why are you telling him that she's pregnant?
Yeah.
Because it's just going to make him angry.
So,
and that's what the January 9th talks about, is that he tells her that they're pregnant.
And then Kevin walks out. And then Ryan hits it off with Connie Cooper, his new occupational therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin tells Lucy about his meeting, and she is thrilled that he is putting Ryan behind him. Ryan starts to compose a note for Connie, and he writes that he believes someone is going to kill him. Oh, so he's starting then. Ryan gives Connie his letter to read, and Ryan comes stumbling out of the mental hospital bathroom, bleeding from his head. Connie visits him, who claims that he was attacked by 2 men while he was cleaning the bathroom. And then Connie visits Ryan, and he wants her help. He wants her to steal 3 pages from a doctor's prescription pad, and she agrees to get the drugs for Ryan. No, Connie, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gave him pills, and Kevin learns that Ryan is dead. And that was in February of 1995.
Yes. The book says when Ryan's naive new occupational therapist, Connie Cooper, taught him how to crochet, Ryan's mood improves. So crocheting can just make you not be a psychopath anymore. He'd crochet and talk. She'd watch him crochet and listen. Before long, he'd crocheted his way straight into her heart. Ugh.
Cheesy.
This is too easy, Ryan giggled to himself. It had come up with a plan. I don't picture Ryan giggling.
Is Connie Cooper related to Brad Cooper's adoptive family?
It definitely does not tell me. So you'll have to, that's a Google search. I hope not, because her fate is not good.
That would also explain, okay, again, nature versus nurture, because biologically Brad is in the Wu family, but if he was raised by a family that, steals prescription pads and gets prescription drugs for someone who has not been prescribed them by the proper person, could explain a little bit of where Brad might have, maybe she babysat him too many times. Maybe she was babysitting him while this was going on. And that was when Brad was like, you can just do that stuff. I want to be like my aunt.
Is that Brad's little kid voice?
That's 3-year-old Brad's voice.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Okay.
And if they could just make that connection, though. Oh.
No.
Stop. Well, we need more of the Wu stuff going on first, so.
Yeah, I'm not ready for them to make him related to some random woman. No.
Okay.
Connie they can share a last name. That's just how it is.
Wait, you can have the same last name and not be related to somebody? My gosh.
I wish I was related to some people that have the same last name. People always ask me if I'm related to Jimmy Kimmel. And I'm like, his name is spelled differently.
Yeah, it is.
But I wish that I was, because I could.
That'd be fun.
Like, hey, cousin Jimmy, what's up?
Yeah. So Kevin tells Lucy that Ryan was found dead in his cell and they don't know how he died. Lucy insists on going with Kevin and they meet Connie. She tells him that she saw another side to Ryan. Connie pulls a switcheroo at the morgue. What's a switcheroo?
Okay, so
did she replace the body?
So hold on. Ryan Chamberlain convinces his only friend, Connie Cooper, that he'd be murdered in his cell.
She is totally
help him.
Totally Brad's aunt.
She bought the medication and made all the arrangements. Kevin got a phone call and turned pale. He turned to Lucy and said, Ryan is dead. Kevin and Lucy went to the prison's hospital morgue and saw Ryan's body. They saw him in the casket. They saw him buried. So her switcheroo is very convincing because at whatever time they saw him.
This is where Brad learned it all.
They saw him buried.
And Brad was there for all of it.
No. No.
He thought that's what you do.
All right. Read that next sentence so that I can read this. Because poor Brad is getting thrown into another psycho family and he doesn't need it.
It's clearing his name. He didn't know.
Okay. I don't think so.
Lucy does not want Kevin to dwell on Ryan, and the way that Ryan died bothers Kevin. Connie digs up Ryan's grave and lets him out. She is relieved that he is alive, and Ryan quickly takes care of Connie, burying her.
Yes.
Because, so serial killers aren't necessarily
So Connie Cooper, who watches Kevin and them leave, starts digging for dear life, Ryan's life. He looked so dead. She'd hoped the medication that slowed down his heart didn't kill him after all. When she reached his coffin, she let herself hope. When Ryan sprung out of it, her heart leaped. She hugged him. "Oh, Ryan, I'm so happy I could die." As she went on about their life together, he took out the scarf he'd crocheted, tied it tightly around her, and snapped her neck, burying Connie in his grave.
Some strong yarn.
Stealing into Kevin's home, Ryan stole clothes, money, and once again, his twin's identity. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh. Ryan goes back to Port Charles, but on a flat tire.
He did. Slowed him down a little.
A good Samaritan offers to help, and soon the police show up. The cop recognizes him as Dr. Collins and calls a tow truck. Ryan checks into a hotel in Port Charles. Oh. And then Ryan breaks into Kevin's house, took a look around, got some credit cards, money, keys, and changed into Kevin's clothes. In addition to the ID, that's kind of smart. Ryan arrives at GH, and Ryan cons his way into Kevin's office. Bobby comes in, wanting to change her next appointment. Ryan learns that Felicia has given birth, and he goes to her room. Ryan plays the role of Kevin, showing up at Lucy's apartment, claiming his lecture in Rochester was canceled, and she notices that he is acting strangely. Ryan flips out on Lucy when she mentions how horrible Ryan was. Luke interrupts them, and Ryan storms out. Kevin tells Felicia that Ryan is dead, and Ryan steals Georgie from General Hospital, and Ryan decides to take her to Canada.
So we've watched this clip before of Georgie and Maxie. So Georgie, what kind of name is Georgie? Felicia asks her daughter, but Maxie said she has a boy's name, so why couldn't the new baby sister be called Georgie? Felicia names the baby Georgie, but Ryan renames her Celeste. When posing as Kevin, he kidnaps the newborn baby from the hospital. Ryan dreamed of raising her as his own, but on the run, the baby wouldn't stop crying.
Yeah, she's a newborn.
Without her mommy.
Probably haven't fed her, dude.
Probably hasn't.
So Kevin calls Mac and lets him know that Ryan took Georgie. Lucy learns about Ryan, and she tells Kevin that he was in her apartment last night. Lucy tells Kevin that if Luke had not shown up, Ryan would have killed her. Audrey is nervous with Ryan on the loose. Yeah. Kevin and Lucy go back to the mental hospital to verify that Ryan is not dead.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you know that already.
So that an APB can be issued on him. And they find Connie in the coffin.
Ew.
Ryan rents a motel room in Canada with the baby, and Garcia tells Mac and Felicia how Ryan escaped with Connie's help. Garcia sets up phone taps. Kevin bets that Ryan will call as he wants to be back in the spotlight. Ryan makes plans for a new car and new IDs. Kevin is worried that Ryan might want to keep Georgie as a form of transference in his feelings for Felicia. Georgie begins to annoy Ryan with her crying. Ryan calls Kevin. The police get a trace on Ryan.
So the book does hit again on what we were saying, that Ryan had a little bit of smidge of goodness for a little bit, because then Ryan felt rage losing inside him. But Ryan, the pediatrician, loved children. He didn't want to hurt her. He made a desperate call to Kevin that was traced by the authorities, who were hot on Ryan's trail.
Kevin and Lucy tell Felicia that Ryan called. Garcia and Mac tell her that the local police have been notified. Mac, Felicia, Kevin, and Lucy arrive at the motel, but Ryan is long gone.
Yes, so realizing his mistake, Ryan grabs the baby. In the car, his mother's ghost appears and criticizes his behavior mercifully. To get away from her, he leaps out of the car with the baby and heads to a deserted amusement park.
Because that's where you go in March?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tony and Bobby update Steve on Ryan, and then Mac and Felicia plan to circulate some mugshots of Ryan. They make plans. Well, I guess so, because if it's in the north in March, it's closed. I mean, even though it says abandoned,
it would have been closed.
People would not get,
Right.
They make plans to be able to tell Ryan and Kevin apart if they come face to face. Ryan steals a car. Kevin is spotted by a gas station attendant and is mistaken for Ryan. Fair enough. The attendant makes a citizen's arrest because he was doing the right thing.
Yes.
Kevin is cleared at the police station. That has to be hard if you are a twin.
Right?
And the other one has committed the crime.
Mm-hmm. I'd want to be the bad twin. That would be fun.
Oh, dear God. Any eyewitness claims to have seen Oh, and eyewitness claims to have seen Ryan on the side of the road with a baby carrier. Oh, are you happy?
Yes.
He was using good car seat safety?
Yes.
Okay,
I am
cool.
very happy. Thank you for recognizing that.
Based on his description, the police think that Ryan may be headed towards an amusement park. Lucy tries to catch up with Kevin in Canada. She has to be there to tell the twins apart. She learns they headed to an amusement park. Mac, Felicia, and Kevin arrive with Lucy hot on their trail. Lucy is taken into the Hall of Mirrors by Ryan, and Mac and Felicia get separated. Felicia finds Lucy tied up. They're both quickly taken and tied up, and Mac finds Lucy and Felicia. Kevin and Ryan come face to face in the Hall of Mirrors. I don't think they're actually face to face. And Ryan gives them the slip. Mac, Felicia, and Lucy and Kevin go after the baby. They get out of the mirror maze. They find Ryan on a carousel with Georgie, and Felicia is reunited with Georgie. Ryan eludes capture. Kevin goes after Ryan back into the Hall of Mirrors, and an explosion rocks the House of Mirrors, and Kevin is killed right before Kevin's eyes.
So the book says, Kevin, Lucy, Mac, and a frantic Felicia track him there. They rescue Georgie from the carousel. Inside the House of Mirrors, Ryan caught Lucy and Felicia and tied them up. Kevin freed them, fighting with Ryan as they ran out. A gas pipe broke and Ryan set the place ablaze. Kevin was horrified to see his twin brother fall back into the flames, into the arms of their mother. He blinked the image away. Ryan was finally gone.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we thought was it of Ryan in the 90s.
Yes. It just goes on to him like telling everyone that they're dead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I highly doubt that there was really a memorial. I'm sure that Kevin had some...
You don't want to send flowers?
Kevin probably had some... Well, I mean, Kevin probably had some feelings about it.
Maybe.
You know, good, bad, he would.
But Kevin is concerned because March 27th was the last that they mentioned anything at that time. And it says that Kevin is haunted by the memory of the fire that killed Kevin. And Kevin tells Lucy... Yes.
Killed Ryan.
I'm sorry. Kevin's haunted by the fire that killed himself. Yeah, that would be bad. Kevin is haunted by the memory of the fire that killed Ryan. And Kevin tells Lucy about what he saw because he was spooked.
Right. Because he's starting to have the hallucinations. So wonder if Kevin's going to be okay.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's a whole different rabbit hole. Not going there.
Yep. But if you are currently watching the show, you know that was not really, in fact, the end of Ryan. So next week, we will go on to round 2. Don't know how many parts it's going to be, but Ryan after death.
How many more times is Ryan going to die?
Ryan after death, part 1.
There you go. I like that.
All right. So join us on Monday as we recap this week's shows.
Have a good weekend.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.